Hey guys, Ann here with Organically Ann, and welcome to the Woolly Star Ranch. Today we are going to be propagating olive trees. I love propagating olive trees. They're so easy, they're so beautiful, and they provide us with olives. I take the fruits from my olive trees and I make table olives, and they are wonderful. I propagated these back in early spring. Fall is also a wonderful time of year to propagate olive trees. These are babies from my mother trees. They're doing wonderfully and they are ready to be repotted. Summertime can be a little difficult, like as you can see here. These I did at the beginning of summer. I probably had about 10 to 15 cuttings in here. I have definitely 2 trees that have taken, possibly a third. That looks like that one's doing well too. It's not that they won't take.
It's that the plant is focused on photosynthesis, in putting energy into its leaves and its fruit.
We'll see how they do come springtime. So let's get started. I'm going to give you a step-by-step process on how to propagate olive trees. We are going to start off with my clippers. I had them soaking in some peroxide, and I'm going to set that over there. And we have clipped from our olive tree. You want them about 8 to 10 inches long. I'm going to cut it a little bit above the leaf node that was here. I'm going to trim it up. It's going to take the energy away from what the tree has to do. And what she has to do is she has to generate roots, because we put her in trauma by cutting her. I'm going to just give it a little extra trim from the bottom there. All right. And we don't need it focusing on a ton of photosynthesis right now. I like to do this in the fall because the trees are coming to an end of their fruiting season, and they start focusing on their roots. This one off right here. Okay. And leave a cutting like that. I take my cutting and I do what's called scarification. I rough up the cutting around the leaf node. I'm going to put it in to about this node right here. And a node is where the leaves are produced. And it looks like it has like a knuckle on it. And from that knuckle, right below it, right there, it'll produce roots. So I'm scratching it so it wants to heal this part. Now keep in mind it's a cutting. So once we've cut it from the tree, it has only down to go. It's only thinking of dying. But the beauty is with many plants, you can propagate them from cuttings, and then it is a clone of the mother plant. We scratched it here, we've scratched it here, and of course the bottom already has trauma going on from being cut, so I just added some little scratches right above it, and that was a node there as well. I stick it in a glass of water because I know that I am going to be propagating all of these today. I wanted to show you that we're scratching it down to the cambium layer. That is that green layer. You don't want to go past that because you're pretty much stressing out the plant more, damaging it more. So from the cambium layer, it's going to send its hormones down there, and it's going to want to produce roots. It's going to want to heal itself if it can. Go. Okay. You know what? I am going to. Oh, no, this is from the top, so. Let's see. I'll get 2 out of these. Why not? All cleaned up. There's that other branch. So guys, when you are preparing your soil, you want something that has a lot of sand to it. Some people will use sand and peat moss.
And perlite.
What I'm using, my dirt has a ton of sand in it So I use that and I add a little bit of my own compost to it. That is what I'm using so that it drains really well. So, all right, that's what I'm using for my dirt. Alrighty guys, we are ready for our rooting hormone. You want to wear some nice rubber gloves for this. Okay, I use a stick like this. That's about 3.5, 4 inches. And I will, let me show you, create a hole inside the pot so that when I dip them in the rooting hormone, they're able to easily slide and the rooting hormone does not get compromised. What I like to do, I will save an old jar of rooting hormone. This is the number 3. And I will put little bits in it as I'm propagating because I don't want to contaminate the rest of my jar. So, here we go. You also don't want to breathe it in. So, I just go like this. Put a little on. Go ahead. Put it in your pot. You can do them in individual pots. I like doing them this way. I've done this like this several times where I put them in the same pot together, tent them, keep them out of direct sunlight for many different plants. So I'm not too worried about it. Once you're done, be sure to push the soil in around the holes that you've made where you've put them in so that they're good and tucked in. And voila! Now let's go ahead and tent this. All right guys, here's what I did. I took a cutting from a dead branch on the very olive tree that these came from. So, here we go. I just kind of stake it like that. It's a little higher than the tallest. Then I cover them. Our days are warm and our nights are very cool right now. So I cover them to create a nice little humid greenhouse. I put a little rubber band around the end so that I can go in there and water it. I'm going to water this as well before I set it to rest. I'm not going to put it in direct sunlight because that will kill it. I've killed many things by putting them in direct sunlight too soon. Remember this, they're always thirsty, but they hate their feet wet. And that means do not forget to water them and do not overwater them. So that's the surest way you can kill any propagation. Right now I'm just going to tie it and set it aside.
Keep in mind it's November right now. This pot will stay tented until July, only to be opened for watering. Put a small hole in for ventilation. You're going to see leaf growth, but resist the temptation to uncover it until July. It's October of 2025, 2 years later, and look how good one of these cuttings is doing. It's standing about 4 feet tall, and it is thriving. Yep, this is one of our babies. Isn't that cool? Thank you guys so much today for watching and learning how to propagate olive trees. I hope it helped. Please, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. I'll take time to smell the beautiful fall air and the fallen leaves and propagate something. Yeah.